I spent so much energy trying to be wanted by someone else that I wasn't building the life that I actually wanted. So it's May right now. Back in late November, I was out shopping at the mall with my cousins. I actually just happened to be visiting family. We were just at the mall. I saw the most beautiful girl I'd ever seen, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go talk to this girl. And at this point in my life, I was unemployed. I've been unemployed at that rate for almost 2 years. Uh, I previously worked a corporate job, and I was kind of figuring out my life because I like content creation, but it wasn't really working out for me. So I was just kind of in this limbo state. I saw the most beautiful girl I'd ever seen, and she was so pretty. Like, I got stun locked, and I'm like I should talk to her, but I don't know what I'd even say. And then she just left this shop in the mall, and I was like, shit. I was like, well, I threw one up to God. I'm like, yo, if you let me see her again, I will talk to her. And lo and behold, I saw her again. And basically, I walked up to her and I was like, hey, you're pretty. Like, let me get them digits. Ha ha. Nah, but I did it a lot more smoothly, you know. Hey, you know me. But like, anyways, I started talking to this girl. We were talking back and forth for a while. It was a pretty complex situation, but you know, we kind of kicked it off pretty solid. And for the next couple months after Thanksgiving, you know, November, late November, we talked through December, we talked through January. And at the time I was visiting family, so I wasn't even in town. Like, I was out of town, she lived in this town, and I'm like, shit, like, I can't see you that often, but my family lives here, so I can visit my family and then visit you. And that's what I did throughout January and February. And I was like, shit, like, throughout Christmas, I was telling my family a little bit about, like, low key a little bit about her, like certain family members. And one of my uncles was like giving me this idea. He's like, why don't you just move to the state that she lives, because you'll have family there, and you know, like, if things don't work out, it's whatever, and you'll have family, it's a cool place, you can like change of scenery. He's like, you could get a job low key, because he's like, you don't got a job, boy. And I was like, okay, ouch, but all right, I guess. So I stewed upon that thought, and I was like, maybe he was onto something. So in January, I kept talking with this girl. I took her out on a date for the first time. We kicked it off. Literally, first date was like 13 hours long, bro. I literally kid you not. Hey, I'm a deep thinker, talker type shit. I was like, I'll drop you off home before sunset. And literally, like, sunset was happening. I'm like, okay, like, do you want to go home? Like, I can drop you off. And she's like, no, no, no. I was like, we can keep hanging out. I was like, okay, bet. And we just talked like a ton. We talked in my car a lot, and it was nice. It was honestly nice. Um, Anyways, like, I thought things were going great with her and I. I'm gonna call her Tina. That's not her name at all, but like, just so that you can put a little name to this person. So Tina and I were talking throughout January, and I was like, shit, you know what? Maybe I will get a job. You know, my dream is this content creation type of thing, but I was like, what if I get a job, like, because in the meantime, what I was doing, I was half-assing content creation so hard. Like, there was nothing to lock me in. I feel like I was looking for external factors to motivate me. And so at the time, this girl like shook me awake, and I was like, I've never met a girl that I like actively wanted to date like this. I've dated in the past, but honestly, like, I did not really like care too much for my previous relationships. And so, like, this is the first time I really like tried to chase a girl in my life. I was like, damn, like, I need to get my shit together. Like, she don't want to date no unemployed ass dude, so I'm gonna go get a job and shit for her. I'm gonna get my shit together for her. Like, I was looking for jobs. I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll settle into this job. Like, I could see myself working here for a while. Blah blah blah. And then like February hit. You know, it's like around Valentine's Day, but low key, like, I couldn't see her during that weekend because it was just weird. It was complicated because of logistics. And so we're kicking it off, but like, it's been a little bit since I dated, and so I was a little rusty, and like I'm kind of trying to gauge out the situation. So basically, like Tina, I'm not gonna dox her like information, but basically, she is in a situation where she just like cannot really stay, let's say, in this area, like, and she doesn't know like when she would move, and it would just be really complicated if we dated, like for real, for real. And so I like took her into my car and I was like, bro, like, do you want to date? Like, yes or no? Like, if you don't want to date, I don't want to be your friend at all. And I think she took that really personally, and she got pretty pissed at me after that and like sad. And then I fucking realized, I was like, damn, like, why did I say it like that? And it just like, it came off really like offensive or just like unkind. And I was like, damn. Because like low key, I'd be fine with being friends and just see what happens. But I was really trying to force a decision on her and be like, hey, like, you gotta say if we're dating, yes or no. That's a conversation you gotta have early on in a relationship. You gotta be like, yo, are you available, basically? And if they're not, it's better just maybe not to waste your time. Or if you want to accept a friendship, then that's what it is. But like at the time, I didn't know what I wanted clearly, and she definitely didn't know what she wanted. And so like it just made it way more complicated. But what ended up happening is like we kind of stopped talking around February, but it was just weird. We were in a weird stage because it's like we were kind of talking, but I could tell she was still mad at me. I basically like took a route of no return, a point of no return. Like once you say something, there's just like you cannot unsay something. But I was getting really desperate. I was like, yo, like, like, yeah, we're still friends, haha. We call once a month or something. And it's May right now, it's mid-May. And then like a couple weeks ago, maybe like 3 or 4 weeks ago, it basically like got officially cut off. And what ended up happening though is I got a job here where the state she lives in, and obviously my family's here, so that's like a great thing. But the thing is, like, I realized a big motivation for me getting my life together, getting a job and all of this was for her. And then when I think about it, I was like, damn, I was distracting myself. Like I was chasing this girl, Tina, and but what, like, I was building a whole other ass life. Pre-Tina, Andrew, I was looking for like content creation. I was trying to figure out myself better, but low-key I was being a little lazy and just like confused and not really taking much action and just in this really weird state. But then when she came along into my life, I just got hella distracted, and I was like, you know what? I will change my goals. I will change myself as a person. I will be a performative ass male for this girl. But it's like, why? Like I was trying to escape. I was trying to escape the life that I didn't want instead of trying to build the life that I do want. And it's like I was escaping this place from a place of like fear or just like desire not to be there, and that like just bleeds into your life, bro. Like in retrospect, I can tell like at moments I was being like desperate or just like clingy or just like cringe. Well, not cringe, but like, because I actually embrace cringe, bro. That shit's like your superpower. And let's all climb cringe mountain. But like, what I mean is, I was starting to change who I was in order to reach this reality that I don't even think I wanted. It was literally just a reality to numb the pain. And of course things didn't work out, and like there's low-key a meme I see, it's like low-key kind of niche, but like you meet a girl and then you like realize it was some sort of archetype that was supposed to teach you a life lesson, and like basically that was this girl. Like the thing is though, I discovered so much about myself chasing this girl. Like I discovered like how I operate relationships. My last relationship before this girl was super toxic, and just like at the end of it, it was. And that's a whole can of worms, but like I started to realize like a lot of the relationships I had in my past, the girl really liked me and was clingy, and I like it like made me feel secure, But whenever a girl is not clingy, I felt insecure. And I was like, damn, like I don't, but in reality, I don't want that to even happen where I need somebody else to feel like secure. Because I just want to be secure in my own skin type of thing. And so it really made me learn like those type of things about myself. And and so like chasing this girl so hard, I also woke me up and realized like what my purpose is not being chased anymore. I'm trying to build a reality so I could live with her or whatever, like live a life with her. And but the thing is like while I was doing that, my dreams just literally got forgotten. And so it woke me up so much, but the thing is at the same time, I'm super grateful I met this girl because I could see a reality where I was too scared to even go up and talk with her, and I just like rust as a human being. That's what it feels like. Like I like literally knocked off rust on like trying to talk with girls and like, you know, shoot the shit and like have fun. And you know, like it made me realize like moments where I was trying to be performative because I never really liked a girl like this girl. Like literally my watch, when I walked up to her, I have an Apple Watch or smart watch by the way. My watch was like, bro, your heart rate is really high and you're not doing a physical activity right now. And my watch, this shit was like at 200 BPM. I was so nervous talking to this girl, and that shit is so funny. But like I never really had that with a girl before, and so that experience of like chasing something that makes you uncomfortable, like it changes you as a person. And so and that whole experience just was so much emotional strain and drama, and like I know it's all in my head, but it's like I needed that to grow as a person and understand my own like mindset and how I react to certain things. And it's like all this weird stuff like you know, like dudes who wine and dine girls, which was aka me, like I didn't even realize, but low-key like when you wine and dine and gift give a lot, like it's low-key a slight form of manipulation. Like that might be a hot take, but it's like whether you're conscious of it or not, which at the time I was unconscious of it, which means like I was like buying this girl like food and stuff and like taking her out a bunch and like doing things with her. We'll go to movies, like we did an escape room. That shit is expensive, and the thing is like I absolutely don't regret it because like I'm not very like I'm not worried about money, but it's uh like when someone gives you a lot of things, it's like in our own nature to feel like we need to give them something back, like a reciprocal feeling. Like you guys, you know, you might not be aware of it, but like I promise you, if you receive something, you will feel obligated to give that person something back. And I didn't realize that I was like subconsciously manipulating her because I wanted her to like me. So I was like just doing all this thing with absolutely no care. But I kind of like disrespected myself and being like, well, you know, like why? I mean, low key though, I don't regret it. You know what? I really don't regret it in the end, because it was just such a learning experience for me. But it ended off kind of poorly, unfortunately. She was just very mad at the end and just would not want to talk with me, which is kind of crazy. I wanted to apologize to her, but luckily I got to send a really long ass text, like with super clarity. Like I was breathing and shit, like to make sure I wasn't like sending anything out of anger type of thing. It was like a very thoughtful text I tried to send, and like on my end that helps me get more peace. But like I don't know, I hope she can find some peace in that as well. But anyways, um yeah, I learned so much that I was chasing somebody because I wanted to distract myself because I wasn't chasing my dreams. And y'all, this is not like a single observation lesson, or like, you know, you cannot compartmentalize this in your life. Like you can't box up this one instance in your life. And what I'm trying to say is like this. So I noticed that I was chasing something external, a girl in this instance, because I wanted to avoid this internal desire to grow and to chase my dreams. But guess what? That can manifest in different ways. Maybe instead of chasing a girl, you guys chase YouTube shorts or Instagram reels or TikTok or, you know, Netflix or, you know, like alcohol or food or drugs or cigarettes, whatever. Maybe you're trying to fill in that void of that feeling because you're trying to escape your life, and that can manifest in those other objects and things. And so whenever I really started to realize that I was chasing something like this girl because I didn't want to work for my dreams, or I was too scared of, I don't know what the case exactly was. And then I realized, like, I just replaced that girl with something else in my life. And then I started, like, I was gooning, bro, like, bro, red-handed. Yeah, I was a gooner. I'm gonna say that was because I don't goon anymore, and I'm not a gooner anymore. But the thing is, I chased a different pleasure or a different thing, and that's what caused me to, like, not chase my dreams and just feel this, like, I wanted to numb this feeling, this desire to be great. And then whenever I stopped gooning, guess what? The next thing, like, it's literally a list of things. The next thing was YouTube. I love YouTube. I honestly, like, love YouTube. It makes me feel very connected, and it's cool to see different content from people. But guess what? Like, YouTube low-key can be a waste of time if you're abusing it. And when I noticed I was trying to escape my own feelings of stuff, like, I would start, spamming YouTube. And it's like there's always something, but guess what? The more you learn about yourself, the more you're able to, like, let go of those things and at least just be aware of it. And so it was a great experience to be like, oh shit, like, I'm just chasing these different things, and it just manifests in different ways. Instead of a girl, it's YouTube. Instead of YouTube, it's gooning. It's whatever. It's food maybe for you, whatever the case is. And so, anyways, I just made it home, and